So hi everybody and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 17 for our tiny game. And in this video we won't talk about light because when we switch to our gameplay level and place something in it and play start, the screen is still black, and the reason for that is because we have no light in it. There are many different ways how we can put light in our scene, and we will start with the template sky, which you see when you start one of these templates and you see the sky which has light in it. And this kind of stuff we can simulate here as well. To do so, we can go here top to the section window, and here we have this environment light mixer. We click on this, and this environment light mixer has here different categories here on top. And here you can see to create the skylight we have here different parts. Okay, let's start here with create sky atmosphere. I click on this one. The first thing you realize nothing happens because this one needs also this create directional light. So let's click on this one as well, and now you see we have something here. But this looks a little bit strange because only the half has light, the other half has no light. And later you can also tweak a little bit this colors and so on here in the details panel. But let's change here how this looks. This looks already like a sky without clouds, and here is an option to create clouds. Let's click on this one, and now you see, yes, this has now clouds, but it looks strange here on the bottom. And to create the bottom part we can click here on create height fog, and now it looks almost like a sky. But we can also create this create skylight, which is not changing too much. And if you have problems now to understand all these kinds in detail, just use the AI like old time. You hover your mouse over this, press F1, and then you get here a description what it is, and you can do this for all. And keep in mind here are also options which you can tweak later and so on. And now we have created a basic template sky from Unreal Engine, which we will see in almost all projects with the template. And now you can create this on your own, but to tweak this you have to research now every part of it. There is one more nice thing about this basic template sky, which is if you click here on the viewport, let's click it, then press Ctrl L and hold Control still with your finger and then move your mouse, you can see we can simulate here dark and night. Okay, this was just a showcase how you can create the default sky from the Unreal Engine if you are not using a template. But I don't want to use that, so I select here everything and press Env to delete everything and then save again. Instead I want to go to the Fab Marketplace, so let's go here to the content drawer. Let's click here on Fab, and here in the Marketplace you should see first this screen, and here you write Skybox. After you write Skybox you go here to the price tag because we are learning, so and I click only show free content, and then you will get here a list of kind of skybox, perhaps not all. Then you select one which you like, so I have selected already one, and then you can check here for example down if it is compatible with your engine version. In this case is a zip file. They are most time compatible because they are just downloaded and then translated. There are other versions where it says here with UA 5.6 or something like that. Keep in mind that this should fit. Zip versions works normally all time, and then you can just add this first to your library and later add to your project. After you added this to your project, you go to the content drawer, and here in the content hierarchy you should see something called Fab, and then you should see also the folder where you have different contents like material, sky mesh and texture, and this kind of stuff is needed to create the final result. In our case it's just the static mesh, so this one is our final result which we will place just here for example in the scene. And you can see now I have something like a globe and I can fly into it. It has already light in it. It has also a picture which I can perhaps use, but I don't want to use that in the main menu, so I select this one again, I delete this, we switch here to the level. We have created this level 1, it's my gameplay level, select it, and then here I drag and drop that what I want like before here in it. So the first thing what we want to do is again content drawer. You go here to the Fab where you have your static mesh, you drag this in your level, and you should have this skybox here. The next thing is we won't change the camera speed because depends on the scale of the skybox, it can feel very slow or very fast. So we go here on top, and here you can write the camera speed, depends on like you need it. Then you select again the sky. In my case it's called Skybox Fantasy View 2. Go to the details panel here and reset the location to 000. And to make this level now a little bit usable for prototyping, we have to add a cube and a player start. So how we do this? First of all, you go into the globe. You can see a little bit around. Perhaps it is too small, so we have to scale this sky a little bit up. To do so, again select here the skybox, go to the details panel and then go here to scale, or you can go out and use just the scale WR or something like that buttons to go to the scale section, and you can scale it here with your eyes. After you scaled this, go here top to the add cube, because we won't have here a platform where we can start our player, but there are two ways. One is landscape, which we will learn later. Right now we are just prototyping, so we are just using a cube. To do so, again we go here on top, we can go here to the shapes, and then here is already a cube. You select this one, place this one here, and again the first thing what you do is the cube is selected, go to the details panel. You can see here are the locations. Just click on this arrow here that everything is resetted. Here you can scale this a little bit up in the directions you like. For example, let's make it like this one here in this direction and in this direction like you want it, and so on. But of course you can use also here the details panel, which is then a little bit faster. You just use here the numbers and lock this one here. After you added this cube, it will look black perhaps because we need here another a light source. For example, I added a directional light, and how you get this is you go here again top, and then you can, if you want, go here to say place actors panel, and then you have here different kind of options. Here in this case you would go here to the lights, and then you have here the directional light. Then you place this again here in the scene. Again, go to the details panel, reset that so it is all time here. You find it very fast, and now you can scale this a little bit up or so, and then you should normally see this black box is gone. So then we want also that our player should start here and not anywhere here. To do so, we go again to our panel, and this time again, if you have this already open, you can just search here for player start, for example, player start, and then you drag this on again, reset this one. But careful, if you reset this one, it could look like it is here. So what you can do is you can just drag it up, press, and it snaps then on the ground, and this will work. And we are almost finished with our prototyping. The only thing what you should also check is that in world settings you have at least set the game mode to game mode base, which is the basic game mode, and this one is defining here the default pawn, the player controller, and this kind of stuff. There is all time the option to test this part here directly with a play. You can right click here in the scene where you want start to play. For example, I want start from here, and here on the bottom you say play from here, and then you can already at least see how this looks a little bit. But we want test our little prototype from our main menu because we want transition to this level and then play from here. So we go back here to main menu level. Here is black, which is expected. We can click here play, and here is our simple main menu right now, also just a prototype. But now I press start, we see we are switching to the level. It works generally, but it looks bad. Of course, now the styling part starts. This is enough for this video. And in the next video we want to talk about styling this level a little bit more. But right now I will stop here, and if you have any questions, like all time, write in the comment section. See you next video. Bye and good luck.